Welcome to Wakaati Entertainment News. On the headlines, Neo introduces his four girlfriends to his fans. Reggae icon Wakaati dies at 65. Ukraine agrees to 30-day ceasefire proposed by the US, and in sport, trial into Diego Maradona's death begins. And now the news in detail. Neo has introduced the four women he's currently in a relationship with, urging critics to say something nice or move on with their lives. Neo, who has been vocal about his polyamorous relationship lately, said since the world is so intrigued, it was time to introduce his loves properly. "Ladies and gents, I present my pyramid," he captioned the post he shared on Instagram. Neo, whose real name is Shafar Shimmer Smith, revealed that his four girlfriends are Ariel Hill, Breonna Williams, and a woman who goes by Christina, and another who was married to Crystal Renee from 2016 to 2022. The former couple shared three children together: son Shafar Shimmer Jr., who is 8, Roman Alexander Raj, who is 6, and daughter Isabella Rose, who is 3. He has two other kids, daughter Madeline Grace, who is 14, and son Mason Evan, who is 13, with former fiancée Monietta Shaw Carter, and another two children, sons Braden, who is 3, and Brixton, who is 1, with his ex, Shade Janae. Reggae singer and icon Wakaati has died at the age of 65. The musician's wife, Marva Scott, confirmed the death in Broward, Florida on Tuesday, March 11. "I got a call early morning to say that he had been transferred from the facility to the hospital, which is like 5 minutes away, because he was vomiting. He was initially diagnosed with lymphoma in 2019, but for the last 6 months, he was also struggling with pneumonia." Marva said despite his diagnosis, Wakaati remained positive, calling him brave and hopeful. "About 3 weeks ago, he was admitted into the hospital. He asked if I was worried, and I said I am always worried. He told me not to worry because everything was going to be alright," she said. Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness has paid tribute to the singer on X. "I extend condolences to the family, friends, and supporters of Calvin Judd Scott, affectionately known as Wakaati. His smooth vocals and compelling lyrics gave us timeless classics like Rockin' Dolly and I Lost My Sonia, songs that have become anthems in our cultural landscape. Beyond his musical genius, Wakaati was a beacon of kindness and generosity, consistently uplifting the less fortunate and embodying the warmth of our nation. Wakaati's influence extended beyond our shores, touching hearts worldwide and solidifying Jamaica's place in the global music. As we mourn his passing, let us celebrate the rich legacy he leaves behind, a legacy of melody, compassion, and cultural pride." The Prime Minister concluded by saying, "May his soul rest in eternal peace." Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Tuesday, March 11, that Ukraine had accepted a 30-day ceasefire proposed by the United States. This was after critical peace talks between US and Ukrainian officials in Saudi Arabia. The ceasefire proposal accepted by Ukraine covers the entire front line of the fighting with Russia, not just air and sea. The outcome of the meeting, which lasted more than 8 hours long, was welcomed by the US President Donald Trump, who vowed to speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin about the plan and potentially this week. "Ukraine accepts this proposal. We consider it positive. We are ready to take such a step, and the United States of America must convince Russia to do so," Zelensky said, adding that the ceasefire will start the moment Moscow agrees to it. Zelensky said Ukraine's proposal for the ceasefire had included silence in the sky and at sea, the release of Ukrainian prisoners to establish confidence in this whole situation, and the return of Ukrainian children from Russia. The two sides also agreed to conclude a rare mineral deal as soon as possible to expand Ukraine's economy and guarantee the country's long-term security. The Ukrainian delegation, which did not include Zelensky, met with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. Both Rubio and Waltz attended direct talks with Russia last month. And in the exciting world of sports, Super Eagles coach Eric Chell has released his final 23-man squad ahead of Nigeria's crucial 2026 World Cup qualifying matches against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. The Malian manager had initially released a 39-man provincial squad for this month's crucial qualifiers, but has now trimmed the list to 23 players. Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa, whose inclusion in the initial provincial squad sparked debate among fans and analysts, has been left out of the final selection, and Kelechi Iheanacho was also left out. Meanwhile, Chell opted to retain key players such as Sterling Wabali, William Ekong, Calvin Bassey, Olaino, Wilfred Ndidi, Alex Iwobi, Ademola Lookman, and Victor Osimhen for the must-win matches. Nigeria will face Group C leaders Rwanda in Kigali on Friday, March 21st, before hosting Zimbabwe's Warriors at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium in Uyo 4 days later on March 25. The 23-man Super Eagles squad for Rwanda and Zimbabwe games at Sterling Wabali, Amos Obasoge, Kayode Bankole, William Ekong, Bright Osayi Samuel, Bruno Onyemechi, Calvin Bassey, Olaino, Igor Ogbu, Wilfred Ndidi, Raphael Onyedika, Al-Hassan Yusuf Abdullahi, Alex Iwobi, Joseph Ayodele Aribo, Papa Daniel Mustafa, Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Victor Boniface, Simon Moses, Sadiq Umar, Nathan Teller, and Tolu Arokodare. 7 of the 8 medical professionals who had been charged in the case, including Maradona's brain surgeon, his psychiatrist, his nurse, and now standing trial for culpable homicide, a crime which roughly equates to involuntary manslaughter. They deny wrongdoings but could face up to 25 years in prison. Dalma Maradona, the legend's eldest daughter, shared a video containing audio she claims proves serious irregularities in her father's care. And she revealed that her mother is in fear of the mafia who control everything. Dalma previously reported to have alleged that the mafia of assassins caused her father's death. She claims there are recordings that exist that prove a lack of medical attention, with conversations about cover-ups and professional negligence. Maradona won the World Cup with Argentina in 1986, having knocked England out of the quarter-final with the infamous Hand of God goal and another later voted goal of the century. And that's it on Wakaati Entertainment Gist. See you next time.